Morning all, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Thursday, July the 23rd, 2020. We've got an awful lot to get through again today. A bit of a broken record I'm sounding at the moment, but there it is. We have got a lot to get through, so let's get right to it. US cases yesterday, almost 72,000 again, in the 60,000s the 2 days previous to that. 7-day average does seem to be flattening out though, so maybe we've reached the top, who knows, let's keep fingers crossed. US deaths yesterday was 1,205, that's the most since May the 29th, and on Tuesday 1,165. Florida cases, 9,785 yesterday, and then in the 9,000s on Tuesday at 10,347 on Monday. So the 9,000s were the first time we've been under 10,000 since July the 14th. So again, maybe some good news, maybe. Let's again keep the fingers crossed that we're getting to a peak. Florida deaths yesterday 140, Tuesday 132 and Monday 90. That 7-day average is unfortunately increasing. Florida ranked number 3 yesterday behind California and Texas, and Orange County also ranked number 3 behind Miami-Dade and Broward. Stats were still in the 18 to 21% positive range. Hospitalizations on Tuesday was the highest ever recorded. The positive rates increased 8 weeks in a row, I'm afraid. Hospitalizations have increased 6 weeks in a row, and deaths have increased 5 weeks in a row. So hopefully they're going to start coming down, all of those, fairly soon. Looking at the R rate now, and Florida has now got down to 1. So it was 1.03 on Monday. There are now 12 states where the R rate is under 1, and Florida now ranks number 14. So better news for the R rate overall. Governor DeSantis has questioned how deaths are recorded in Florida vis-a-vis the coronavirus. He mentioned one motorcyclist death. He was killed in a crash, and his death was put down to coronavirus. He's now questioned whether that's happening across the board. And a professor of medicine at a university in Florida said that's not the way that it should be done. It's clear guidance from the CDC. So I don't know whether that was a one-off or whether that's the way it's being done. So hopefully that'll be put to bed soon as well. Tropical Storm Gonzalo is moving towards Barbados, currently a tropical storm, looking to increase to a hurricane by Saturday, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. None of the models at the moment have Gonzalo coming towards Florida, which is good news for us at least. Coming on to Disney news, Disney's given its APs, annual pass holders, a free month because of the constraints placed on us in terms of trying to get into the parks with the availability calendars. If APs aren't getting value out of their passes, they can still cancel them at any point. Disney mask policy now, we sort of said that had changed, and you can now only eat and drink while you're stationary and not walking around the parks. That's now being reinforced by signage and with bespoke CMs carrying signs and reinforcing that policy. Disney is now also selling extra large face masks. You may remember if you've seen our video from Animal Kingdom, we said that the face masks were coming up a little bit small, so this now will hopefully get over that for any people with larger heads than me. Park availability for theme park ticket guests is very, very good now from the 25th of July. It's completely open now up to September the 26th, 2021, and exactly the same for resort guests. Annual pass holders, there's not much left in July. Into August, and it's filling up as well, and then September, some of the weekends are filling up, but the weekdays are still very, very good. Universal Orlando has changed its mask policy now to be in line with Disney's, so you can only eat and drink if you're stationary. Nothing from SeaWorld in that regard. Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store looks like it's going to be opened tomorrow, and that's going to be selling the 30 Years, 30 Fears merchandise. Remember that this year is the 30th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights. And then finally, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens are offering US military veterans free admission to them, plus 3 guests can be friends or family from now up until November the 11th, which is Veterans Day. So they're the headlines. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, press all, you'll get this news 3 days a week, and then park stuff on other days in the week too. If you like the video, please do press the like. The algorithm likes the likes, and if you're finding value in the video and you think somebody else would also find value in it, please do share it with them. We're going to be having a live broadcast on Sunday. It's another Q&A session from the studio. It'll be the last one for a little while because I want to get into the parks and do live broadcasts from there. So please do find out where this is, because I can't tell you where it is. Usually it comes up as a premiere. I don't know if I can do that. I've tried, I've failed. So please have a look for it or make a note somewhere. 3 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time Sunday for the live broadcast, and it'll last as long as people are interested in it lasting. It was an hour and 3/4 last time. Okay, let's get to the news. The number of new cases across the US yesterday was 71,967. On Tuesday it was 67,479, and on Monday 62,879. The 7-day moving average is flattening out. There were 1,205 deaths yesterday in the US, and on Tuesday that number was 1,165, the most since May the 29th. In Florida we had 10,347 new cases on Monday, 9,440 cases on Tuesday, and 9,785 yesterday. Tuesday was the first time we've been under 10,000 new cases since July the 14th. We had 90 deaths in Florida on Monday, 132 on Tuesday, and 140 yesterday. That 7-day average is increasing. Florida ranked number 3 across the US yesterday for new cases, behind Texas and California. Orange County ranked number 3 in Florida yesterday with 689 cases, behind Broward and Miami-Dade. From the stats, you can see that we're between 18 and 21% positive for all tests. On Tuesday, those 517 hospitalizations was the highest ever recorded. Looking at weekly stats, and that positive rate was the 8th week in a row where the positive rate has increased. It was also the 6th week in a row where hospitalizations has increased, and also the 5th week in a row where we've seen an increase in deaths. As of this morning, there are 1,195 ICU beds available across Florida. That's the same as Monday, and it's now been split between pediatric and adult beds. The R rate for Florida has decreased from 1.03 on Monday to 1 today. There are now 12 states where the R rate is under 1. Florida ranks number 14, which is better by 1 place since Monday. Another 2 states have mandated the use of masks in public, bringing the total to 30. Florida is still not one of those 30 states. Governor Ron DeSantis wants the state to take a second look at coronavirus death data, following a report that one motorcycle crash victim was classified as a COVID death in Central Florida. He said, "A lot of people are like, how is that possible? You get hit by a car and then you're attributing it to coronavirus." He went on to say, "I think though the reason that's the case is because what the CDC has said is anybody that tests positive, if they then die, that's a death amongst cases." However, Dr. Jay Wolfson, a public health professor at the University of South Florida, says it's very straightforward. He said the CDC put out an additional notice in April making sure that everybody understood you report those things that led, quote, directly to death. He explained you're looking at the immediate causes of death. He said the CDC has made it very clear dying with the virus is not the same as dying from the virus. In other words, the feds don't say to count suicides and crash victims as COVID deaths. We're only going to get to a high of 89 degrees Fahrenheit here today, that's 30 degrees centigrade, and it's going to be that way till next Tuesday. We're then going to see a small climb through 92 degrees up till Saturday. Tropical Storm Gonzalo is tracking towards the Lesser Antilles in the Atlantic. It's forecast to become a hurricane today. It should arrive in the southern Windward Islands on Saturday as a hurricane or a tropical storm. And Gonzalo is the earliest 7th named storm to form in the Atlantic. No computer models at the moment have Gonzalo making landfall in Florida. Disney World is adding 1 free month to all annual pass expiration dates. This is due to the restrictions imposed by having to reserve dates in the parks. Annual pass holders can still choose to cancel their annual passes if they're not getting value from them. As was said on Monday, you can now only take your mask off at Disney if you're stationary and eating and drinking. Signage has appeared in the parks to reinforce this message, and in addition to this, cast members have been specifically employed to remind guests of Disney's policy. If you saw our video from Animal Kingdom recently, you might remember that I said that the masks were coming up a little bit small. Disney have now fixed this issue by selling adult extra large masks. Looking at Disney's park availability calendar, and availability is very good for theme park tickets guests for the remainder of July, except in Hollywood Studios for the next 3 days. For theme park tickets guests, all dates are then available right up to September 26th, 2021. For resort guests, the picture is the same as theme park tickets guests, with only Hollywood Studios being unavailable for the next 3 days and then all parks being available right up to September 26th, 2021. For annual pass holders, 3 days are sold out for the rest of July, and at least 1 park is unavailable on each of the remaining 6 days in July. August is now beginning to fill up with 2 days already completely unavailable, and then taking August the 1st as an example, only Epcot is available. Looking into September for annual pass holders, and the weekends are starting to fill up, but all the weekdays are currently all available. Taking a look at what's happening at Universal Orlando, and they have also changed their mask policy to be in line with Disney's. You must now be actively eating or drinking in order to remove your face covering. In Universal Studios, the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store is set to open on Friday. The store is set between the Jimmy Fallon ride and the Mummy, and will sell the 30 Years, 30 Fears Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. Finally, SeaWorld Orlando and Busch Gardens Tampa theme parks are now offering single-day admission tickets to US military veterans. 3 family members or guests can also travel with the vet, and the offer is good through November the 11th, which is Veterans Day. So I'm actually feeling a little bit more optimistic in terms of where we're going in the US with a number of cases. We seem to be, I don't know, going up and down a little bit, but that 7-day average is flattening out a little bit. Good news for Florida is that we're now under 10,000 cases. I mean, I know that's still a ton of cases, but just to be under 10,000 is heading in the right direction, so that's good. Unfortunately, our metrics are not heading in the right direction at the moment, so they're still looking to peak, I think. So hospitalizations are up, positive rates up, deaths are up. You know, none of that's good stuff, but I guess that they're all going to lag behind cases. So I'm hopeful that they're going to be coming down at some point in the very near future. Still nothing on where we're going with lifting the travel ban internationally. Americans can't really travel to many places at the moment, and I don't think governments want anybody travelling to America at the moment. There's certainly nothing on the horizon as far as I can see. But if we get good news and things start to happen, then who knows, maybe that travel ban will be lifted. I'm not positive that it's going to be lifted this year at all, though. I still think it could be, you know, January now before anything happens with the travel ban. But I've got a trash vehicle and I've got a plane flying overhead. This is not good. Okay, that's it from me today. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day today. I'll be back on Saturday with more news. Up until then, stay safe, take care. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.